everyone, welcome to another video of programming in C. In this video, we will see two small programs using while loop. So what are those programs? The first program is we will find or we will print even numbers from 1 to a given number by the user. That means if the user will give 100, that means we will print the even numbers from 1 to 100. And another program is to print the number of digits in a number. That means the example is if we will enter 135, then the result will be 3 because we have 3 digits in 135. Fine. So these are the small programs for while loop. Let us go and see how these problems can be solved, and after that we will see how the programs are written, and we will run it and compile it and run it. So let us start the process of solving. Okay, so let's start the first solution. Our problem is to print even numbers from 1 to a given number by the user. So let us take a variable n, and the n will contain the number given by the user. That means whatever may be the number the user will give. So let us take an example 100. So this problem is we have to find even numbers, or we have to print the even numbers from 1 to 100. Fine. So how to do it? As I earlier mentioned that in the while loop, what are the things we have? The most things which we have, we should have a initialization. Then we will write the while loop. Within the while loop, we will write the termination condition or loop controlling condition, exit and entry condition, whatever maybe you can tell. Inside the curly braces of while, we will write the loop body and loop controller, the incrementer or a decrementer. Fine. So the very basic solution to print the even numbers and even numbers from 1 to 10, as we have n here and n is for 100. So we can take another variable I, which will be equal to 1, and this particular variable I will continue from 1 to 100, and in each step we will check whether the I is divisible by 2 or not. If the I is divisible by 2, if I is divisible by 2 and if it's true, then we will print the I. Fine. So this thing, how many times it will occur? It will occur from 1 to 100. That means 100 times or 99 times it will continue. Fine. So how we can write this in while loop? So let us write this in while loop. So to convert this to while loop, so what all things we have? We have n is equal to 100, we have I is equal to 1, and we have to convert this into a while loop. So we can write while I less than equal to 100, if I divisible by 2 equal to 0, printf %d I plus plus curly braces end. So if you write like this, so what will happen? First, n is equal to 100, which is given by the user, and I is equal to 1, which is initialization. For us. So in this while loop, this is the loop condition, and what is the loop condition? I less than equal to 100. Until and unless the value of I is less than or equal to 100, the loop will be continue. We can also write here I greater than 100, or we can write when I no, we cannot write I greater than 100 because the value of I will be incremented from 1 to 100. Fine. So this condition is very important, that because writing any other condition can change the body or loop body. Fine, the number of statement can be increased or decreased. So it is better to write I less than equal to 100, or we can write the loop will be continue until the n value is greater than I. Until unless the n is greater than I, we can write we can write that also, because n is equal to 100 and 100 will be and 100 is always greater than from 1 to 99. There we can write that if or the condition can be two conditions. One condition is I less than equal to 100 and another condition is n greater than equal to 1 I. Fine. So for both the condition, the loop body will be same. So in loop body, what we have written? We have written the if I divisible by 2 equal to 0, then it is a even number. We will simply print the I. Fine. After the if, we will increment the I by 1. Fine. So like this while loop will continue for 100 times. Fine. If it is here equal to, it will run for 100 times. If it is not equal to, only I will write I less than 100. If I will write only I less than 100, it will show that it will run for 99 times. Fine. So this is the solution for finding or printing even numbers from 1 to a given number by the user. And for this example, we have taken the number given by the user is 100. So now let us see to calculate the number of digits in a number. Fine. Our next problem is to find the number of digits in a number. So before finding the solution for this problem, let us give a small a reminder from the mathematics, that if I have a number, suppose 135, if I divide this number by 10, what I will get? I will get 5 as answer, because 5 is our remainder and the quotient will be 13. Fine. So if you see in other way the same thing, that means if I will enter 135 and divide by 10, I will get the last digit of that particular number, and the quotient will be remaining numbers except the remainder. Remaining numbers except the remainder. Fine. So we have to remember this, because as I mentioned in my first video also, C is nothing, computer languages are nothing, it's just a mathematical representation. The mathematical expressions or the mathematical thing are converted into some programming languages. Fine. So let us use this particular trick in our solution. So what is the thing? That we have to calculate number of digits in a number. Fine. Suppose n is our number, which is 135, and we have to calculate how many digits in this particular number we have. Fine. So for this, let us take again I equal to 0. I will add the for loop here, sorry, while loop, while n until unless n is greater than 0, I plus plus n is equal to n by 10. After this, printf percentile d I. So let us again check here. So how many variables we have? We have two variables, n and I. In n we have 135, in I we have 0. So let us now run or see how these statements are executed. So the condition is n greater than 0. Yes, the condition is true, n is greater than 0 because it is 135. I plus plus, so the value of I increased 1. Fine. Then n is equal to n by 10. So what is the value of n? And the value of n is 135. When we divide this 135 to 10, so what is the remainder? 5. Remainder is 5. As its divide operator, we will get the quotient here. So what is the quotient? The quotient is 13. 1 3. So see, 135 divided by 10, the remainder will be 5 and the quotient will be 13. The remainder will be given to us if we will use percentile operator. As we are using divide operator, it will give us 13. So now the value of n is 13. Again we will go here, n greater than 0. Yes, n value is 13 and it is greater than 0. Again come down, I value will be incremented by 2. Yes, again 13 divided by 10. When 13 divided by 10, the remainder is 0. Sorry, the remainder is 3 and the quotient will be 1. So value of 13 it will decrease to 1. Again the condition is n greater than 0. Yes, n greater than 0. So I will be incremented again. Yes, I will incremented again. Now n divided by 10. So what is the value of n? N is 1 divided by 0. The remainder is 1 and the quotient will be 0. So the n value is changed to 0. Again it will go. Now n greater than 0. True or false? It is false because n is equal to 0. N is equal to 0. So here the iterations of loop will be ended. Iteration of loop will be ended. That means the while loop will be end. Then the statement which is written after the while loop will be executed. So what is the statement? Printf percentile d I. So what is the value of I? The value of I is 3. So how many digits we have in this number? We have 3 digits in this number because the input is 135. We have 3 digits in this particular number. So this is the solution for second problem. So now let us go write the program for both the problems and see how they are compiled and executed. Fine. So here we are in our compiler. Our compiler name is dev C++. The download link is available in the description. So here the first problem solution of the first problem. The problem is that we have to print the even numbers from 1 to a given number by the user. So as I mentioned we have taken two variables, I is equal to 1, which is initialized, and n, and the number which is given by the user will be entered or it will be stored in n. So here is the while loop. The while loop will be continue until I value is equal to or less than n. Fine. So this is the program. Let us compile it and run it. Compilation is done. Close it, then run it. So first it will ask enter the limit between which the even numbers will be printed. So let us first give a small target. So let us now give 20. So the program will print the numbers which are even from 1 to 20. When we will press enter, here are the numbers which are even from 1 to 20. The numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. Fine. So press any key to go back. So again run it to see whether it is working for 100 or not, or bigger ranges. So let us give some big range. Let us give 200 and see what are the numbers which is even from 1 to 200. So here are the numbers which are even from 1 to 200. Fine. So the thing is that this same problem can be solved in another way. So what is that way? The way is that we know the even numbers, the counting of even numbers, it comes after every alternate number. That means if you start from 1, 2 is the even number, after 3, 4 is the even number, like that. If you want to not check any condition in a while loop, you don't want to check any condition, you can, or you don't want to write the if within the while, you can also write like this. Just simply go to the while loop condition. The while loop condition will be same, I will be less than equal to n. Within the while loop, instead of writing if condition, you can write print %d I plus 2 bracket n, and each time you have to increment the I value by 2. That means you cannot write I plus plus, you have to write I is equal to I plus 2, and the loop will be start from 2, not from 1. Fine. So now let us go to the second one, and the second problem is to calculate the number of digits which we have in a number, and the number will be given by the user. So as I told you, the division by 10. So here is the program. So let us run compile the program and run the program. So when I will compile the program, yes, it is compiled successfully. Close it and run it. So in the run window, it will ask me enter a number. I have to enter a number which I want to from which I want to calculate the number of digits of which. Fine. So here the output is enter a number. So in example we have taken 135. Let us give again 135 and see what is the answer. 135. When I press enter, here see the given number have 3 digits. 135 is a 3 digits number. Then the answer is the given number is 3 digit number. Press enter. Again let us run again and give some bigger number. Let us give a number which contain 8 to 9 numbers. Fine. So let us give 2, 3, 5, 6, 4, 9, 8, 7, 1, 0, 2, 5. Fine. And see whether the program is able to calculate the number of digits or not. Fine. Enter. Because in between the number we have a 0. Fine. So let us compile, run again. If I give this much number, yes, it has 6 digits. If you have a 0 within a number, it is little difficult sometimes. With this logic, it will be difficult to find the number of digits. Fine. If you want to calculate the number of digits in a number, if the number also includes 0, then you have to think a new logic for it. So the new logic will be task for you. So try to solve. If you have a 0 within the numbers and using this particular logic, how can you calculate the number of digits in a number? Fine. For this video we have 2 small examples in while. For next videos and the or not the next video, for from next video onwards there will be some series of 3 to 4 videos where I will solve different problems and will give you the program and solution. Fine. So till that, Do like and share my video and subscribe my channel. You will get all the video links as well as the PPTs which I use in my videos. All the links are available in description. Do subscribe my channel. Thank you.